Hello, everybody. Welcome tonight. I'm glad to see everybody here. It's 6 o'clock, and we are going to go into our regular September the 16th City Council meeting. First thing on our agenda tonight will be to call an order and establish a quorum. Misty?
Carolyn Moody? Here. Todd Hope?
Here.
Richard Griffin?
Here.
Richard Petty?
Here.
Steve Holt?
Here.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Next thing on our agenda will be our invocation and our pledge of allegiance. So, Carol, would you lead us in prayer? Next thing on our agenda will be our public forum. And is there anybody listed to sign up to speak?
David Springfield?
I got a couple of things I was going to kind of go over with y'all. With the growth of the city and stuff, we've got a lot of influx of people here, more than what we normally have. And I think the fire department is falling behind on finances and stuff. I mean, they support this community big time with all the medical and fire and everything. And they've got to buy all their medical equipment, all their ducks and But anyway, I think we need to come up with a plan to try to support them a little bit longer or further. And I was thinking about, I know when I lived in Reno, when we sent out the water bills, we had $1 added on to it. And the citizens, that would go to the fire department. It was up to the citizens if they wanted to pay that extra dollar or not. I think that'd be a good thing to do here in Runaway Bay. Make $2, $3, $4, $5, whatever you want to make it, add it to the water bill. And the citizens have the option of paying it or not. But they should want to pay it because, you know, we're getting fire protection, medical protection from them. And they're spending a lot of money. And they got to get all the medical equipment and fire equipment, and it's putting a strain on everybody. And they're sending people to school. So I think it was an ideal, I think we should throw around and see if we can help the fire department a little bit better. The next one is I think we should be, I think we are now videotaping the city council meetings. I think it makes us a lot more transparent. We got people out there that don't tell the truth all the time about what goes on here. And I think if we live fed it, put it on next door, tape it, whatever, and get the real truth out there. Because there's people that's making up lies in the city and what y'all do. And y'all done a great job more than anybody I've seen. So I don't want to lose that integrity with y'all. I think we need to start live feeding it, you know, turn up the mics, speak your word, and let the truth be known. Because the truth is not getting out. And that's really all I got to say.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Jerry White?
I just want to say kudos to your mowing guys. I don't know. Dan is the older guy, I forget the younger guy's name, but they mow a couple spots by our house. I don't know where else they do mow, but I know by our house when they mow, I can drive by and there's not grass all growing out the street, and they do a good job of mowing. So I just see a lot of people mow and throw it right out the street. You gotta put the police chief in charge of writing tickets for that or something. I don't know. I just want to say kudos to your guys for the mowing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Thank you all for your comments. As usual, the council hears them all and takes them all serious, and I'm sure they will take those under consideration. Okay. Next on our agenda will be our consent items. Number A would be to consider and approve the minutes from September the 10th, 2025, for the public hearing, special session. On the special session and all the meetings and the stuff that we had, are there any questions from any of the council concerning the minutes?
I have none.
No.
And I'd like to have a motion on the floor to approve it.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from September the 10th, 2025, public hearing and special session.
Second that.
Motion on the floor and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. B, consideration of action items. 5A would be to consider and approve ordinance number 638, an ordinance regarding the city of Runaway Bay Texas Municipal Retirement System and benefits. And before we call that to a vote, there's a lot of things that we'd like to say about that. In the last 4 years, we've been able to help and build a fantastic group of people. And all these other cities are paying their people really good money. And the hardest thing that you can ever do is have a revolving door. It's training processes, not people that want to really get out and be part of it. It's always a hardship as far as getting people to come here and stay here and want to produce. And what we're proposing here is not a lot of money compared to all the other benefits that people are getting other places. It's a nominal amount, and what it does is makes people feel, and it is, we are doing something for their retirement, and they wouldn't want to stay around a lot longer. And I think, Steve, you had some comments and some questions on that.
Yes, sir, I have, if you'll permit me to
Go right
kind of
ahead.
give a little more information. I did my homework, but I know that people sitting out in the audience may not be as familiar with it as the council is, and city staff and mayor, and so I kind of want to go over a few things. So this is called the Texas Municipal Retirement System. The city is a member of that system, and that system is open to several different types of groups. The one that comes to my mind immediately is the teacher retirement fund. It's a part of the TMRS. So the TMRS is a retirement fund. It's managed by professionals. The employees who work at least 1,000 hours earn credit and can participate in the plan. The city gets to determine the percentages of their participation and also the city's matching piece. After they've had 5 years of service, or in some cases 10 years, ours is 5 years, then they're able to be vested in the system. They can contribute up to 7% of their pay into the retirement plan. That is pre-tax money. So they don't have to pay taxes on it when it's contributed. And then the city has a matching opportunity to match those. And the proposal that we have before us tonight is a 2-to-1 matching. It allows them to be able to retire in as little as 10 years, and in most cases 20 to 25 years. There's a variance there. It's the police department, public safety. They get a little more leeway in how long they have to work before they retire. The city will match that each pay period that the employee contributes. It is 7% of the employee's salary. My understanding, Misty, because of law changes, that's a required contribution, correct?
Yes.
It used to be a voluntary contribution, now it is a required contribution of 7%. So those are my comments, kind of brief everybody on what we're looking at here. And then when we get into a little deeper, we have some comments about the cost and the effects on the city's budget.
You might as well go ahead and make those numbers.
So my calculation is if the employees are putting in 7% of their pay, I looked at the budget, the total salaries are about $525,000. So 7% of that would be $36,700. Now, not every employee is going to participate at that level and immediately participate, because they do have to have some earned time before they can. But at 7%, that would be $36,750 per year that the employees contribute. If the city is matching 200% or 2-to-1, then the cost to the city potentially could be $73,500. I don't know that we included that cost in our budget, did we?
We did.
Yes.
I didn't remember seeing a line item for that.
It's included in the TMRS line itself.
Okay.
Yes.
That's why I didn't see it. So $73,500 is the potential impact of the budget, and our week provides for that. So money's there, it's provided for. God forbid anything should happen, we'll change that budget, but that's where it is right
Do you mind if I say something else?
now. Please do.
It's, now each TMRS, fund is broken up to each department, so it may not look, so each department, so administration, PD, public works, and water, they all have their own TMRS line, so it's why it's all separated. So.
Yeah, I went through and added up all this out.
Okay, yeah, so it's
To
all
get
in
my
there.
525.
Yes, sir. So it's all in there.
Are you, anything else you want to add?
No, sir, that's
Okay,
it.
I want to, in most cities and most individuals that work really don't match very much at all. And for instance, ours, who are the people, I don't know who are they people, but how much do most of the people are matching and putting their money in retirement?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Okay, the amount of employees that are matching the maximum, how many are there?
So we have to match like, as of right now, we're matching this 5%. There is, we can't go over 5% and we have to put in 5%. We don't have the option to fluctuate that number.
And that's changing to 7%.
So now it's going to be 7%. So we don't have good numbers, the numbers don't fluctuate. It's either 5%, it's just straight across the board,
Straight across the
5%,
board.
yes.
So it used to be where they would only put, we would only match what they put in there. So
Correct. And I don't know, prior to me coming on, it may have been different, but as of now, it's 5% across the board, no matter what.
So it just changed this year,
Maybe
7%.
7% go as of October.
So
Once this is
it
approved.
used to be a voluntary deal, ours changed the rules
Yes.
on that, and now it's mandatory. As an employer, you have to enroll your employees in as soon as they become eligible.
That's what I want people to understand, that it's not a choice anymore, that we have to do it.
Right.
That, you know, if I may, Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead.
that money that they contribute is their money. If they leave before they're vested, or they leave before their retirement age, they can get their money back. They don't get the city's money back unless they're vested, and that vesting is at 5 years. They have to have 5 years worth of credit. Credit is approximately 1 credit per month that they work. They have to have 60 of those 5 years worth in order to be vested. Then if they leave, they can, upon retirement, receive the city's money and their money. Their money is always their money. The other neat thing about this, in my research, TMRS guarantees a 5% earnings rate on this money. It's guaranteed, they're gonna get 5%. You can't get that kind of investment money anywhere without a whole lot of risk. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, I guess are there any more questions or comments? Do you have any, Todd? Richard? No. Carol?
No, I, as an employee several years ago, I experienced this, so I'm very familiar as to how it works. So, no, I have no questions.
I retired from the city, obviously, Bridgeport, under 27 years, I retired from the system, this exact same system. And I mean, I had my money guy told me I would take this retirement over 5 weeks. It's a good return on your money.
It made you want to stay too, didn't it?
So, yeah, 27 years.
That's Chris?
Only thing I can see is looking at this is that we've done a pretty good thing here doing this, that we're matching actually the bigger cities around to compete to keep people here. So we're competing with other cities in the county, so it's not as easy for them to pack up and leave and go somewhere else and get better than something I have to say about it.
We train when they leave, some other city gets. Steve's done a marvelous job as far as bringing people along and getting them dedicated and letting them go to a higher level. And they're proud of what they're doing. And they're really have come a long way.
It also, it could help in recruitment, to recruit people from other cities, because this is transferable between municipalities. So the credits that they earn with another city can be moved over to Runaway Bay. The reverse of that is they could also leave here and go somewhere. But we're not gonna tell them that.
Did y'all hear that, Maddie? All right, so there's no more questions. It's up to y'all. Up to,
With that, Mr. Mayor, may I make a motion that the council approve ordinance number 638, an ordinance regarding the city of Runaway Bay's Texas Municipal Retirement System benefits, authorizing an increase to the employee contribution rate and change in the city's matching ratio. That would be 7% employee contribution and a 2-to-1 or 200% matching contribution.
Second.
got a motion on the floor and a second. All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries unanimous. Since will be our updates from the mayor and council. And I'm going to go with you first off.
Okay. Coming to Parks Board, so they're still working on the ball fields, getting those going. They're actually drainage issues right now. They're trying to work on that, get those fixed. They're working on the smoke in the water. I know that's something that's in progress, a process right now, trying to get that going. Dates on it yet, but that's a really cool event. And everybody needs to go on board with that, attend it, do whatever you need. It's a really cool event. Brings a lot of people to the city those days. So, they're doing a lot of work out there, a lot of other departments are too.
The EDC is pretty much managing the smoke on the water project, scheduled for November the 15th, I believe, if we haven't changed that yet. We're having meetings on Wednesday nights here at 6 o'clock. They're still looking for possible volunteers, possible projects that might be able to happen. I'm currently working on some kind of music programs, possibly we can get some notoriety, someone with a little bit more expertise than myself. But hopefully that's going to be happening. But please come out if you're interested in maybe volunteering or just being nosy. Come to the meeting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
Tomorrow night's meeting will be at the event center. So we
Event
can,
center.
yeah, so we can do a layout of everything.
All right. Everybody know where the event center is? That's all.
Carol?
Cemetery board. Cemetery board is very, very busy. They just had the ribbon cutting for the gazebo. And if you have not been out there to look at the cemetery, you need to go. I mean, it is shiny. And the mayor announced when they were doing the ribbon cutting at the gazebo that there had been 2 blocks next door donated to the cemetery. And now the cemetery board is busy trying to figure out how they can increase their parking, and they are working hard. So I can't say enough good things about our cemetery board.
Chris?
Fire department ran 27 medical calls last month, 4 fire calls. Guess I'm gonna piggyback on about what David said. I don't know why we were talking about the fire department too much, but it's a great idea to do some donations like that. We're looking at having to buy some new equipment like AEDs and stuff like that for people that's in cardiac arrest and things like that. Some of our stuff is over. Those things cost several $1,000s to manage them. The batteries on them are outrageous. Medical supplies, if we use just a little nasal cannula on somebody or something like that, you could be looking, just for a little bag of that, $25. And the equipment, that's all the maintenance, all the fuel we use. I think it would help a whole lot with that. It would just be figuring out the logistics on it. That'll be up to the rest of the council on how that's going to be figured out. I'll probably step back from that since I'm on the fire department, let them figure it out. November 15th, let's talk about smoke on the water. Again, the fire department will be doing the fish fry at 6 o'clock. So.
5:30.
5:30? Okay, 5:30. We'll be there all day, I'm sure. But 5:30, just, come out and have some fish, hang out, bring forth donation money if you want to, I mean, we're not gonna turn it away. But anyway, that's all I have as far as fire department and all that, Chief Reynolds handled, the police department as always. And again, the fire department thanks the city. I mean, we're not a very big city, and y'all usually answer the call. So we do appreciate it, and, we'll continue to train people, we'll continue to provide the best service we can to you. Okay? So thank you very much.
And would you share with them, the status of y'all's people that are going through your tests, and how passing your entities?
We've got one right now that's going through the EMR. We're looking at, a couple others that's gonna be trying to get their medical. Of course, we've got several. We've got one, guy that's joined our fire department, his name's Mike, and he is just to finish up his certifications and get his training certification back so he can actually train firefighters if they want to or have requirements and, get them certified to be firefighters, which will be a big benefit to us. Again, those costs to send those people through school is about $3,000 or $4,000, Steve? About $3,000 or $4,000. There's a couple of us gonna go ahead and get our paramedic, and that's gonna run, anywhere from around $8,000. So you can see how we can even budget up real quick, but it's a necessary evil. I mean, when y'all dial 911, there will be help. We want people there to know what they're doing, and, we want to provide that. I mean, doesn't matter who you are, what you said, what you done, or anything like that, we're coming. And, we're 24/7, we're all volunteer, there's not one paid person on that department. And they do it because they love this community, they love you guys, and they want to help as much as they can. So, again, I'm not complaining, y'all answered the call many times for us, and we appreciate it.
Thank you. Steve?
I'm gonna apologize, Steve, I was preoccupied with some things today, so I didn't point numbers for the police department. We've had no hiccups with the police department in the last 30 days, just with full staff. Public Works, noticed an uptick in water leaks in the last week. I'm not sure if this drough's gonna get to us. Possible rains tomorrow and Friday, or Thursday and Friday might help us, but I think we've had 4 major water leaks in the last week. So, hoping that's not a trend that we're looking at. But public works side, we are full staff. We're making progress. A few hiccups on a couple of job sites that we had proceed coming that put us back a little bit, but we're catching up from that. Our mowing crew is doing a great job. This is probably the best job I've seen since I've been here. Those guys we've learned the areas that we're responsible for taking care of, and we're able to keep up. It's made a big difference, so I appreciate the voice for that group there. That's all I have for police department and public works.
I have something I'd like for you to do for the citizens. We've had a really big influx of scams that are hitting Runaway Bay and people here. And we're having a big influx with these scams that are affecting our citizens. And it's been terrible, and you might want to give them a little idea of what to look for and, what not to do from these people, especially the ones who are saying, we're going to come arrest you, and the money you have, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, so I had a call today from the bank. Somebody, they didn't lose any money, but before they realized it was a scam, they did give them some information to their computer, access to their computer. But anyway, they were able to head that off, and they didn't lose any money. They're going to hire somebody now to clean their computer. We had one yesterday, they received a phone call that they're going to be threatened. They were going to be arrested if they didn't pay some big tickets. That scam's been around a long time, but it's coming back. I had another one just recently where they're doing a lot of text messaging. And some of these folks are opening these text messages up, and they're not thinking. we have a bunch of great citizens out here, and they're so great that they think that everybody else is too, nobody could ever try to scam them, but we have one lady that lost quite a bit, we're trying to recover that. The FBI is involved, I don't know if they're going to be able to help, but it was a text, and they asked her to do this and this, and she started doing this and this before she realized what was going on. She was too far down the rabbit hole. And there's a lot of that going on. That if they're texting you, if they're calling you, it's not real. If the police department has a warrant for you, they're not going to call you or text you. They'll come knock on your door. If IRS needs some money, they'll get a hold of you. They're not going to text you. They're not going to give you a phone call and ask you for information over the phone. It just doesn't happen. Banks, they're using these apps that allow them to generate phone numbers. They'll generate a phone number that may be one of your friend's phone number, but it's not your friend. And now with the AI, they're able to take just a little bit of your voice or somebody's voice and make it sound like it's that person on the phone. Hey, this is so-and-so. Grandpa's it's me, I'm in jail. And then they take the phone from you, and then they act like they're the attorney or the jailer, and it's like, there we have your grandson, and we need this amount of money, and the next thing you know, well, now he's got another charge, we need a little bit more money. That's how they go into it. This AI is really made it hard. So don't trust anything that you're reading on your phone or hearing on your phone. If you get a phone call, and you think it's legit, hang up, look up the number for that bank, and call them back. Call them back with the number that you have for them. Prompt them and see if it's actually them reaching out to you. I'm sure you're seeing quite a bit of it. I was thinking, say that one with the grandson arrested yesterday. I got a phone call yesterday. Yeah, they were out $5,000.
Yeah.
They said they wired money to the numbers that my grandson, your grandson's in jail. You need to wire money and let him go. Here's that $5,000.
I had one that happened to somebody in my kind of distant family, because they had a daughter that was in jail, setting out some traffic tickets, and somehow they got her mom's number, convinced her that if she would show up with $750 at some location away from the jail, that she could finish her last 10 days in jail. So she was getting ready to do it. Oh, this stuff's not real. I know y'all are seeing a bunch of it, but yeah, don't trust anything you're seeing or hearing on the phone.
Especially that one we were saying, open that app. We've had some people that come to me and they've lost a tremendous amount of money.
But you're right, AI is big now. They're smaller than the AI.
That's amazing.
Yes. Over the top. Get very creative.
Thanks, Steve.
Kind of follow up on that. This is what I do all day long. Is deal with fraud. I had one customer last month that lost, he was a geologist, lost $986,000 on Bitcoin scam. We have romance scams constantly. People pretend to be somebody else on Facebook. They prey upon widows and widowers. They watch the newspaper for obituaries. They see somebody who's died. They know that that woman is lonely, and they pray. I've had them sit in my office before, and I've told them, this is a fraud deal, it's a scam. They're insistent on withdrawing all their money and sending a wire transfer. Even when I convince them that it's probably a scam, you just don't know. He loves me. Have you ever met him? Well, I've seen his picture. It's out there. I try to post stuff on Nextdoor when I get it. You've probably seen some of my posts. I try to, when I hear of one, I try to write something up, put it out on Nextdoor to kind of warn people. We have a lot of widows and widowers here in this community, and I think they're particularly vulnerable. It's called elder abuse. It's a very serious crime, so if we can ever catch the people, they go away for a long time. My report is on behalf of the Greater Runaway Bay Alliance, GRBA. conditioner that they have in their little portable building, office building, it's over by the public works area. The air conditioner went out, and they had to replace that. They don't have a lot of money in their coffers, but they did get a deal and were able to replace it. They put some heat tape down under the building, so hopefully they won't have any freeze-ups and such as that when the weather gets bad. They are aware that the sailboat logo is over at the entrance. It's damaged from the last storm, and it's rusting through. They're currently pursuing solutions to replace that logo. So, anybody got any ideas? I'm sure Ms. Fuller or one of the other GRBA directors would love to hear about those. If you have money to donate for that, they'll take that too. So mark your calendars for November 14th for Smoke on the Water. GRBA will be playing a major role in that. We're going to have a community chili supper as a fundraiser on Friday night. The fireworks committee is also going to be hosting bingo on Friday night. I've heard rumors that they're going to have some live entertainment. It's going to come. One of the people they were considering, his name starts with Jelly something. So I'm not sure it is. So, but no, they are trying to get some named people to come in and provide some entertainment and some. That's not to say that Richard hasn't done a good job, but Richard is probably ready to get out of that business for smoking waters. Thank you to the police department and fire department for helping during the cleanups. Keeps the people safe, good for our cleanups, and have an opportunity to come out there and support them in those road cleanups. Mr. Mayor, that's it.
All right, thank you. I got quite a bit actually tonight. I don't bore you off. I got some updates. I've been talking with Richard Ray quite a bit. Our prayers have been answered. He's in remission. And they don't get enough to go back for 90 more days back to Houston. And he's now working on some of the things, getting off some of the meds so the swelling goes down, and he's been able to start going back to work. One of the topics that we had was the golf course. And I was very, very interested in there was rumors that the golf course had sold. And so I was asking to verify that so I could give an announcement tonight. And he said, well, I'd like for you to shut that rumor down because it's not sold. And I said, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I was hoping it was. And but he did give me some lifting information that what they're doing at this time is they're working with a golf course consortium from North Carolina. He did ask me to tell everybody that they're trying to package that together with this and that, and the people are still involved in working with them on it. And I will keep my conversations open with him, and I'll keep talking with him to see who and when, and if anybody that wants to get involved and with it, he's letting me know that they're open for bids and prices and people that he said there was a couple people looking at it, but there is no one that actually pulled the trigger yet. So that's all I have on the golf course. And Steve and I have a meeting with the county engineer, and they have designed a road, a bridge for us back on Jim Walters Drive. Hopefully tomorrow they'll be able to come back out and let us know what they've done. We probably, if we don't get it tomorrow, it'll be one day this week, and then we'll figure out on our budget how that we can participate with the county and get that road back as quickly as possible. We're pretty excited about that. Had a really nice meeting today with Judge Clark. He came in and we did talk about that very thing, the road and the engineer, and he's worked with them in the past. He did let me want to tell everybody that he is going to be running again, so if people want to support him, which I am, and he's done a great job, and hopefully he'll get back in that position. I don't think that anybody will beat him, but I think he's a great guy. He's done a great job for our city too. He's helped us tremendously when we're getting going out and getting the grants and letters for us of support. Next thing I'd like to talk to you about would be, we have a young lady, and she's here tonight, and I'm going to introduce her. I sent the council a resume about her. And what she'll be doing is she'll be coming in and working with the city hall. It'll be on like a consulting basis, and it will be an opportunity where it can grow into something a lot larger. But I want to read to you her resume, and I'm going to go backwards on the resume that you were telling me about. And we're real excited about bringing her on and getting her an opportunity to help us in a big way. And she has from Southern Methodist University, she has a bachelor's in public relations and strategic communications. We had an interview with her at the office with Carol and I and the office staff, and looking and seeing and talking to her, and actually going out and seeing some of the stuff that she's done. She's done a lot of stuff for the volunteer fire department. I've talked to the guys there; they're all excited about what she's done, and her skills are in website management and SEO, social media strategy and content creation, public relations, community engagement, and event coordination, promotion, and strong written and verbal communications. And she got all this from Southern Methodist University. She's worked in many fields. One of the two that struck out for me would be the Emerson Commercial Real Estate Company. She was the executive assistant and marketing coordinator. And she oversaw the company's websites and property listings and digital marketing campaigns with all the public. And that's the most important thing they can have, because without that and getting out and intriguing people who want to come, they don't make sales. And it doesn't become part of it. And the other thing that was big to me was this Austin Capital Mortgage Company, because she managed the company website, the CMR, and social media channels, produced digital content to support successful client and transactions. And what we're excited about is she'll be able to come with us and she'll be coming on and helping us relay all the information that does not get out to the public. And our website is very, very difficult to go in and look at and try to figure anything out. But some of the things she is pointing out to us and the things she'll be able to bring to the table it'll be easier to navigate through. And it'll be listings of things of where people can find stuff. And from the history, she's been here in Runaway Bay for 6 years. She loves the city. She's got family and children here, and she's really good with history and knows a lot of different things about Wise County, the things that were here prior, 100 years from that, and the lake when it was built, all different kind of things that we'll be able to do and list and put on the website. I feel as if without knowing the past, we don't really fix the future, and she'll be able to go back and take the things when it was developed and put there, and if the citizens want to read it, they'll read it. It'll update all the different things we're doing, and with Richard and Barry Shemp working with the Corps of Engineers, and as we get that information, and they list it for us, and she'll be able to put that on there and make it where people can, would you please stand up and let everybody see it? And turn around. We're really excited.
I don't think you ever said her name.
I don't think you did. I am independent. I've been here for almost 6 years. I was voluntold to be on the fire department by Joel. It has been a blessing. I've gotten to kind of still use my skills that I've used. I've been raising my kids these past few years, and they're growing up, and I'm happy to all of it be part of.
Thank you. I'm going to encourage everybody to get to know her, talk to her, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. And I'm very excited to have you here. One of the things too that will be coming up very, very soon, the 29th, that they'll start the rehab of our old water tower. And tonight I have some things to pass around. We met with the guys today, and these are the two colors. This is the color that they recommended to paint the blue. And it is a fountain blue. If anybody wants to see that, they're welcome to do it. I want to pass this to y'all to let you see that. And here's another one. And here circle of fountain blue. It's a really pretty color, it's a little light,
It's a little light, but it's pretty.
and all the other, cities are basically using that. Now, while they were there, Steve was able to go back and take a look at a closer copy of what the original color would be like, and this would be this color here,
The darker,
the darker blue.
it fades.
So, I'm bringing it to y'all because I just don't want to pick out, I'd like to have the whole group looking at it and seeing what y'all's opinion is. If you'll turn to the next page, it's a, I've got a circle there, and that is
See that?
the color.
If we painted it sky blue, it might disappear.
And of course, the top will be white, and what's the name of the color?
Terracotta.
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 And
Your line was through it. I'm sorry.
the terracotta would be up there where it says Runaway Bay, and we're gonna paint it back just the original golf ball, and the little dimples will be that terracotta color. And I'm excited because they're gonna be able to start the 29th, and we'll be able to get that up and going. And today they were, did you go and do the inspection, and how is that?
I've got to get in touch with whomever those antennas are up there. We've got some of their brackets in the way. So I need to reach out to them tomorrow, see if we can see about getting them to move a couple brackets in order. That there's a top hatch, which is functional. That inner hatch, it won't close all the way because of one of those brackets.
So the hatch doesn't have to be replaced like we thought.
No, he doesn't think it's going to have to be replaced.
Good, so it's-
We're going to have to look at it. It needs some work, obviously, but he doesn't think it's going to have to be replaced.
Those antennas on Verizon.
So
We had a contract.
We've got a contract with him. I was going to get with Misty tomorrow. We'll contract out and find out who all is involved in that.
Can I get a kind of a unison color idea? We gotta put that into
I
back.
think your choices are great. I'll support that.
That's kind of what they recommended. Steve and I liked it, we liked what he had to say. He said that it would last longer than all the other colors.
I don't think they'll roll out to the other area.
Carolyn, what do you think? What's your thoughts?
I think this looks very good. I really do. I like that blue. I like the terracotta color.
Anybody wants to see the colors later, there it is, and it's on the
I
second
think
page.
you made a good choice.
Well, I-
Without me.
We didn't make the choice, we were recommending.
Oh, I know.
You can pass those around.
That's the non-color.
But I'm jokingly said, I think it's a good consideration. If you go with that darker color, it's gonna fade out. If you go with the lighter color, it'll fade plus that.
Okay, one other thing that I wanted to talk about tonight would be the Corps of Engineers and what the work, and I want the citizens to know this too, these grants, you get them, and then you have to petition to get them. And then you going through them, and every time that you submit a job, then they got all these other requirements that you have to get. And one of the goals that when I became mayor, and things that we wanted to try to accomplish as a group of people, is to try to clean up all the things that weren't done over the years. And there's a lot of easements that aren't filed, that were never recorded. And today, in order to get a grant, you have to prove that the city has an easement. You have to have a document. And over, when it was, that's one of the things that you'll be able to help people understand and see that when it was a resort, these people didn't file the documents. Or they had them, they did it, but they didn't actually go file it. And over the years, when they turned into a city, remember 1981 is when it started, and all these documents and everything that they had was stored down at the voluntary fire department. And over the years, they had floods and it disappeared, and any kind of records are gone. So we have to recreate those records, and one of the good things about recreating them, not just the mapping situation, but now we're doing these things digitally. But we had to go out and actually hire a title company to go out and get the information, which we got now, to provide the Corps of Engineers in order to get the grant money to go ahead and spend it. But what this will do, it will be now public record. It'll be actually on our website for people to see. It'll be recorded, and we have a copy of it for the city, and then we'll put it out in a digital form. So we'll keep these things in order and have records that will keep on, doing for us. That's it. And Steve, and if y'all want to take a look at these, Richard, I'm going to give you these for tonight for you and Barry to look at. And we're going to get a digital form, but it sure makes it easy like that for all the plats and stuff. One other thing I want to talk about, and that's it. The things that are going on in the world right now is all of us have different opinions, and our opinions should be respected, and we can always sit and talk, we can debate, but it's still, even with Charlie Kirk, it's just terrible. And, that right now, what he stood for and God's way of wanting to, what we go through is, it's unimaginable. I can't comprehend it personally. I just get upset just thinking about it. But I personally want to be part of the mantle that stands up and shows the world that we're better people and that we're God's children. We're going to pray. We're going to try to unite each other. I don't belong to any church particularly. I've had some problems in the past with, after my daughter, some of the issues there, going to church and seeing her burial. I'm just opening up tonight. But I do believe in God. I believe in heaven. I believe that, that without him, without that, what do we got? What's to look forward to? Nothing. Without having a kingdom and a Lord in the future, it's their loved ones that are gone. There's nothing. So I've been searching my heart and my soul and reaching out, and I really would love to have a day of worship in Runaway Bay. If we want to call it the turning point and be part of that organization, I'm really considering wanting to be part of something like that. And so what I've done, I've reached out to a guy, and Jacob Farley is over here now in our building, and he knows a group out of Atlanta. And matter of fact, Carolyn's, is it your niece?
Yeah, it's my niece. My brother's family lives in Atlanta. My niece attends the church there, and her family.
So he gave me these people's name, and they have this tent revival, and they will come out. And I want a day of fellowship and harmony, bringing people together, talking, just laughing, and put our differences aside, and try to build a loving relationship and forgive the things that people say and do. I don't want to hold any grudges against anybody. I'm not going to. And I'd like to see us be able to get some volunteers to cook burgers, to have hot dogs, and do some things for the children, and come out and come to this revival and let people talk about God and the Lord, and challenge people to bring someone that really needs some help, that really needs to meet God, that really needs to help their faith to become a better person and to help in need. And we'll be putting that together soon. We'll be doing it right over here with the property we got. If it's a tent revival, then we'll have it out there. And they say that 400 or 500 people might come to, I don't know how many in the city, but I'm going to invite everybody. And if we get it going and the dates, I would like to ask people to help me with it, get out, get people to want to come, bring them to God. And it's about God, it's about Jesus, it's about you, it's about feeling better about yourself, our city, and showing the world we don't have to act like they do. We don't have to go in there and say things and be ugly. We don't have to do that. It's our choice to be a better person That's all I have for tonight. Thank you for coming and meeting adjourned. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.